I used to get flaked on by women over text, left, right, and center until I figured out this copy and paste text message funnel that is brutally effective. You guys can now steal it for yourselves. I'm going to call this video the 10 Commandments of Texting. I am Casey Redbeard. Let's get into it. Number one, because ghosting is so high, you need to systematize the process as much as possible. I'll say that again. No matter who you are, because ghosting, women's very nature to flake and ghost on you, use you for attention and validation, and then dip when they had no intention of actually going out with you in the first place, whether it's an app, whether it's Instagram, whether it's cold approach, because that's inherently so high by their nature, you need a copy and paste system. We figured this out when one of my old businesses, it didn't really work out, so don't ask me about the service because I don't do it anymore, but we used to have a virtual assistant service where we would run your dating life and get you dates. We'd pretend to be you on the apps and get dates for you. Whether I was like texting for myself or texting for a client, or a guy I work with, Jake, or this other guy, Carlos, like no matter if they were texting for themselves in America, in South America, we noticed that the majority of women were flake. My style, Jake's style, Carlos's style, pretending to be myself, pretending to be a celebrity like Myron Gaines or Alex from Playing with Fire, like niche celebrities, right? Not like A-list celebrities. They would always flake. So here is a funnel. Here's a copy and paste, like a general funnel you can follow. And we're going to define more about what these mean and really explain it a lot more in depth for you guys later. So the format goes like this: open, light, easy, fluffy questions that she doesn't have to think a lot, that don't require a lot of thinking for her to answer. Deeper questions that do require her to think a lot before her answers. Close, and then simmer. I think all of these are pretty obvious except simmer. Open, light questions, deep questions, close, like propose a date or video call, and then simmer. Simmer is the one that I'll do a whole video about simmering in the future. What simmering means is this: you did your light questions, your deep questions, you closed her, you did a video call on Monday, but she's not free to go out with you until Friday. So now you got Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday where you have to kind of simmer the pot. You've already boiled the water, but if you let the water go cold, she's going to flake. So you have to kind of simmer the pot. But what are you going to say? Like, how do you have like good material to simmer with? We're going to go on that just a little bit later. So just basic things. Actually, I'll give you one right now, and then maybe we'll do another one at the end. You can say, hey, Sarah, how's your day going? Never just ask how their day is going without offering like something cool that you did, or, talking about your day as well. So say, hey, Sarah, how's your day going? Mine's going pretty good, but I'll do a normal voice. Hey, Sarah, how's your day going? Mine's going pretty good, but I had to fire an employee today. Yeah, the guy, he was a good earner. He made good money for the company, but he just wasn't a good fit culturally, and I gave him a lot of chances, but ultimately I just had to let him go. Now she can say, oh, well, you did the right thing, I guess. If he wasn't a fit, blah, blah, blah. And now you've kind of simmered the pot, and, you said something cool, and it's just like a short little high value story about you. If you're not an entrepreneur, don't worry, you don't have to use that story. But I don't have a business. Okay, you don't have to use that story. So let's go through the funnel again. Open, I just use some variation. I use Instagram pretty much only. I use dating apps a little bit, but I mostly use Instagram. And on Instagram, I use some form of the opener. Hi, the algorithm suggested your profile. It came up as a suggestion. You're totally my type, or I thought you were cute, so I wanted to meet you. My name is Casey. Okay, some variation of the direct approach. And why do I say this? Why is this so effective? Because the profile is so good in the first place. And all this stuff, quick aside, we're going to get into texting funnel, all that. But a lot of you guys don't even have women to text. So you probably need to do a photo shoot first. Actually, quick word from our sponsors. Hey guys, back to the video in about 10 seconds. But first, if you want to get a photo shoot with me that led to amazing results for my buddy Alex, he actually got a hot Brazilian girlfriend within a week of doing his photo shoot with me, then go to my Instagram, RedbeardRants1, and DM me the word photo shoot. All right, back to the video. Okay, cool. The word from our sponsors is over. So we're still on the opening step. It's the fact that it's coming from me. It's the fact that I have a photo of me on a podcast, that I have a photo of me at a nice rooftop lounge wearing a blazer, that I have an amazing social life with cool looking guy friends and other beautiful women in the photo with me, that I'm giving a speech to a room full of people. It's coming from that guy. So the direct approach works if your profile is attractive, okay? So that's open. Just go with something direct. Now we're on to the light, easy, fluffy questions first. Some examples of it is, what is her job? What is her type? And what is she up to? But I always ask questions in a more interesting and more flirtatious way. And bonus, stick around to the very end because I have the 10 commandments, but I have some bonus things of some big mistakes you guys are probably making. So we have the 10 commandments. We're still on number 1. Number 1's a big one. The other ones will go a lot more quickly because it's like the whole, like the automated system thing. It's the most important one. And then we'll go over some common mistakes. So stick around to the end of the commandments because there's bonus about mistakes that you don't want to make. So when you're going to ask her job, don't just say, hey, Brittany, by the way, what's your job? By the way, you want to send a lot of voice notes and you want to moderate your voice. Like when I talk more slowly to you now, before I was just talking quickly and just trying to get it done, just trying to crank it out for YouTube. But now I'm pausing a bit more, moderating my voice, adding a little more baritone in it, perhaps, a little bit deeper. It got a little gay, didn't it? Did you feel it? Is it gay right now? Do you feel the gayness? Sorry to put you through that, but like, that's how I send voice. Like, this is how I just talk normally. But when I send voice notes to women, I might be like, hey, Brittany, so looking at your profile and I see, you're at the gym a lot. That's like, I really like, fit athletic girls. It doesn't think anything about like what you do for work though. So like, are you a student? Do you have a job at the moment? Or are you just at the gym breaking hearts all day? So I'd send a voice message like that, just ask in a more light way. So we have open, we covered that. Now we're the next step of the funnel, which is the light, fluffy question, she doesn't have to think. And then now we're moving on to the deeper questions. My favorite one is, what is your love language? Why do I like this? Let's put a photo on the screen now. It's in Spanish. You guys may not understand it because, it's in Spanish, but I really like this question because number 1, girls like to talk about this shit. It's like very romantic to them. And number 2, based on their responses, and I have a lot more of these than just their, what's their love language, right? There's a lot more ideas that I have in this. So the point of these questions is you want to make them think. You want to actually intentionally give them some type of like compliance test and make her burn glycogen in her brain and actually make her brain work and think and expend, adenosine triphosphate, ATP energy to answer your question. Because if she doesn't, you screen out a time waster. The whole purpose of this funnel and the whole like the magic behind it is that it screens out the time wasters from the girls that actually do want to go out with you. So you have the light questions, the deep questions, then you close. You want to do what I call a soft close first. So you close like, hey, this is going great. We should do a video call sometime or, go on a date sometime. I'll explain the pros and cons of, video call versus first date later on. And then, like I said, then the simmer thing, right? Like I talked about, then you simmer, you see, some like whatever interesting little story. So again, we're still on number 1. We're getting into the other 10 commandments. I promise the other 9 will go a lot quicker, but this is the most important one. Okay. So just a quick review. It's open, light question, like direct opener, light questions. What's your type? What are you looking for? What was the other one? What's your job? Again, asked in a more interesting, flirtatious way. Deeper questions such as what is your love language? And about this time, based on her response time, the enthusiasm or effort she puts into her responses. And if she's also asking you questions, if she's like interested or not. This is why I used to get Flaked so much, because I would invest time with women that just wanted to use me for validation anyway. Now I don't get, here's the thing, I get ghosted just as much. No, I take it back. I get ghosted with this framework less, but I still get ghosted a lot. But the difference is I can cut out girls in a minute and a half to 10 minutes. Before I would spend weeks being a girl's pen pal. Just, here's validation, here's attention, here's validation. Use me, girl, use me, girl, use me, use me, use me, use me, use me, use me. Right? I don't do that anymore. So I get a bit fewer flakes. Definitely fewer flakes is this funnel so effective. And you want to like note here, we'll put the word, text me the word tiger. That's like my keyword that, for like people who like watch my content, TIGR tiger. Don't text me the emoji, just actually text me the word on RedbeardRants1, my Instagram. And that'll let me know that's like, hey, like you want to know more. Cause I have a full database. I have like 70 plus copy and paste messages. I'm giving you like, the broad, look, this is a YouTube video. I'm not going to put out this video is probably already going to go half an hour. You guys are probably already kind of getting glazed over by this stuff. It's very dense, but I'm not going to put an hour and a half like course on YouTube. If you want to know more and like get access to the full database, Instagram, the word is tiger. We can chat more about that. It'll send you a video about how I built the whole automated system. It'll talk about photography and other stuff, but the texting stuff is also there. So the light questions, the deep questions, video call close, which is what my preferred close is, and then simmer it, right? And the whole process, like I said, is about screening out the time wasters. And number 2, so we finished just number 1, okay? Number 2 in this whole 10 commandments of texting wacky process is screening. So I already alluded to this earlier, so we can cover this real quick. It would be weird to ask a girl what her love language is right off the second match on Instagram. Hey, the algorithm, recommended me to you, and I just thought you were cute, so I'm saying hi. My name's Casey. Nice to meet you. Oh, hey, nice to meet you too. Hey, so what's your love language? That'd be like too much. It'd be really, really weird. So when you go through your light, fluffy questions, and then you get to the deeper ones, you're seeing how she responds to those, how much effort she puts in. And even when you're on the light, fluffy ones, response time, effort of responses, and then this is the key one, is she asking you questions? So she's taking a while to respond. She's a little bland. She's a little boring over text. Her responses aren't like the greatest responses, but she's asking you questions. You don't want to give up on that. That's still a good lead at that point if she's asking you questions. Then you want to start making conversation based on her content. So these light, fluffy questions, look, you can just, if you message me again, that keyword tiger, and you want to get the whole access to the whole database and the whole automated system, we have like 70 plus messages in total. We probably have 10 or more of these like light copy and paste fluffy questions. But if you, I prefer to make conversation based on the girl's content. And you can either just take messages from that database, verbatim, or you can make conversation based on her content, which is what I really prefer to do, to be honest. Both will work fine, but it shows a lot of effort. It shows a lot of intrigue, shows you getting to know her. She's going to like to talk about herself. She's going to open up more and share more. She's going to give you more to work with, and the whole thing will be a bit easier. But this begs the question, what about her? Like, what are some ideas? Did she recently upload an interesting story? Does she have a business? Does she sell bikinis? Or it's always bikinis or cosmetics. Girls never have any other business. Or hair. It's like like beauty industry or bikinis, like one of the two, or like waist trainers or fit tee. It's always like one of those. But does she have a business? Does she travel a lot? Does she post funny memes you relate to? For you passport bros, does she speak English? That's a great thing to start talking on and commenting on. Does she have an interesting hobby? Did she graduate from a good school? Does she have an interesting job? Does she go to the beach a lot? Does she cook? Does she dress a certain way? Does she have a certain type of music? All ideas you can use for making conversation based on her content. Okay, number 4. And it's funny because number 4 is also following a 4-part conversational structure. So, well, not 4-part. I'll tell you what I mean. So, there's only 4 things. Sorry. 3 things, or yeah, 4, sorry, there's 4. There are 4. There's 4 things you can talk about with anybody. In any context, all your conversations you'll have with a human being will fall into one of these 4. You're talking about yourself, you're talking about them, you're talking about some scenario involving the two of you together, or you're talking about some random bullshit. You're talking about politics, what's going on with the Israel and Iran, Gaza thing right now, or you're talking about what your political views are on Trump, or you're talking about what type of classic cars you like, anything like that. You want to stay off of those topics, okay? You can get on these like little branches where you like, if you guys both have the same favorite song and you get on a tangent about Eminem for a little bit, that's not the end of the world, but you want to quickly bring it back to talking about you, her, some scenario involving the two of you together. Those 3. So the best one would be, things that you have in common, making plans, why you guys have a good chemistry and connection together. We'll talk more about this later, but don't talk about the Dodgers. Don't talk about travel in Thailand is this, and in Thailand they have, these temples. And now you can give your take on Thailand. That's how you can make it about you. So if you want to talk about Thailand, you can talk about, your trip to Thailand, what you thought of it, relate that to your worldviews, your opinions, then see that into, hey, for our honeymoon, well, do the little elephant tour. We'll interact with, play with the elephants. Like they have the little elephant sanctuary. It'd be a great, little honeymoon. Then, take a motorcycle around the island of Koh Samui. Like, so you can, talk about kind of like Thailand in general, random bullshit, what you did in Thailand, what you like about it, what you think about it, and then relate it to the both of you would be the way to go with that. The 5th one, this is possibly the most important one, except for the whole, like, use an automated system, is qualify. So in sales and stuff like that, qualification means something different. In like typical PUA parlance, old school like pickup stuff I learned from my mentor, Owen Cook. What he taught me about qualification in terms of women is giving the girl logical reasons about why you like her, why the two of you would have a good connection together, why the chemistry between you guys makes sense, things you like about her personality, her ambition, her points of views, any logical compliment. I guess it could be emotional or spiritual, but like I'm going to say logical, any logical compliment that you can give her that has zero to do with her looks. A qualification is not, your boobs look soft, and if I was to grab your soft boobs, then my penis would become erect with blood and it would feel good to me. Like, no, that's not qualification. She's heard that. She knows that you want to put a baby in her. She knows that every guy that like stumbled, started shaking when they talked to her since she was, developed at age 15, that, they want to put a baby in her, right? That's not special to her, and you will get flaked. So this is number 5, one of the most important. I'll say it again. You must give the girl unique reasons why you like her, why the chemistry between you guys makes sense, her ambition, her personality traits, etc. Or you're going to get ghosted and flaked because she's just going to think, oh, this guy just wants to smash. He doesn't want anything else. Okay. Number 6, make it sexual at some point. If you're meeting on a dating app, then this is not so needed because like you have the advantage of premise, right? But if it's over Instagram, you don't want to get in pen pal land. You want to, at some point tell her she's sexy, tell her she's beautiful. If you can work calling her sexy into a qualification and make, the fact that she's sexy, not her looks, but more about the way she carries herself or something like that, even better to slip that in there and call her sexy for something other than her looks. That'll be like, a good compliment to her. But at some point you have to make it sexual, and that's pretty easy to do. Don't overthink it, and don't listen to anyone says like, that's simp behavior and you're going to give your power. You're not giving your fucking power away. Women love to be objectified and told they're beautiful and stuff too, or sexy based on looks or other reasons. Number 7, strike while the iron is hot. The old advice about, wait 5 days between texting a girl. That's what they used to say. Like if you approach a girl at the mall and you get her number, like don't text her for like, 5 days or something like that. Not in today's day and age with the amount of options and sheer bombardment that any girl doesn't look like a fucking bag of trash. If any girl doesn't look like a total bag of trash, they get on a dating app, they have 900 likes within 24 hours, right? So you have to strike when the iron's hot, meaning if you've got a live one, if she's on the hook and she's responding, you keep that shit fucking going. You don't stop texting her. You keep that shit going, okay? And, the reason why I can always strike when the iron's hot, like I can be scripting a video, feel my phone vibrate, and maybe I should, put it on silent sometimes, but I do find that it is better with the hottest girls to like, kind of cram in the value when you have them live on the hook, because you don't know when she might meet another guy, when, another guy may make, like when me and my roommates, you see the power of this. I learned this from traveling. Shout out to Paul, the German guy that I travel with a lot. So with Paul, the German, and I, we always match like 40% of all of our matches when we go to the same city together and we're like rooming together is the same girl. I don't even use dating apps that much. So you can, like, if I was on dating apps a lot, you can imagine it would be more, because, we're probably like the two, like, only white guys on Tinder in like XYZ city, right? So obviously, the girl likes me, I'm white. Paul, the German, is obviously white. He's German. So we all match the same girls. And then like, it's just kind of like a roll of the dice, like who's going to get her out first. And like, you really like, sometimes I'll be like texting a girl and she's like texting back and forth with me. And then she's texting back and forth with Paul, the German. And like whoever gets like the first date, the other one just like blocks the girl and stuff like that. But you really realize like just how many girls like these guys are talking to. And if you want to be Mr. Cool Guy and try to wait 8 hours to text, like if you have no other option from work, that's another story. But you really want to text them as quickly as you can and minimize the chances that they disappear. And another bonus to this is why you want like that copy and paste database, is because, like I said, I can just like, I can be in a food coma. I could be tired. I could be like busy working, and I could just go to literally, like, where am I at in the funnel? Like, what's the next message? Boom, fire off a message, and I'm good. I don't have to like think a lot. Number 8, we're almost done here. Be more interesting. This is the thing that I was saying earlier, where you ask her job in a more interesting way, rather than saying, Tiffany, what's your job? You say, yeah, Tiffany, I see you're, at the gym a lot, and that's cool. But is this anything about like where you work, or do you go to school, or are you just at the gym breaking hearts all day? I always say that same line, breaking hearts all day, because you want to repeat. You want an automated system, right? Like we talked about this in number 1, right? That was the first thing. Automated system, no matter who you are, how witty and charismatic you are. Guys, huge distinction here. Texting is not about how witty and charismatic you are with your words. It is how quickly and efficiently you identify the time wasters from the girls that actually are considering going out with you. Because it's just brutal. It's just ruthless. Ruthless these days how many women will waste your time. Okay? So be more interesting. Number 9, move things forward, right? So like my quote unquote funnel of like escalating things forward will be like Instagram to WhatsApp to video call to date. And if it was a dating app, you could add that in as like another one, like dating app, Instagram, WhatsApp, video call, date. You always want to be moving things forward. Like, remember one time I was talking to some chick on Instagram and I thought it was going pretty well. And then I said, hey, cool. You know, I'm probably faster replying on WhatsApp, by the way. What's your WhatsApp? We'll keep the conversation going over there. She goes, oh, I prefer to keep it on Instagram. Ghosted, blocked, dead to me. I hope she dies of a new crossbreed between gonorrhea and syphilis, and it eats out her vagina from the inside out. And like, that is how much she matters to me. She is dead to me. Dead to me. She dropped off in the funnel. And fucking time wasting bitch, by the way, dude. I'm really not that mad. I just like to rant to the camera for you guys. But yeah, like, girls are time wasters. They enjoy the validation. They enjoy the attention. And if she's not complying with like the next step in the funnel, like dating app to Instagram to WhatsApp to, you know, video call, then she's cut. And then you're also, like I said, analyzing response time, quality of responses, and is she asking questions? And then this is the last one. Then we have the bonuses of like the mistakes you don't want to make, which is the hit it hard and hit it fast technique. So the hit it hard and hit it fast technique works like this. You follow a girl, a day later she follows back, you send an opening message, she responds right away, you hit the best lines, the most charismatic material you got, all copied and pasted, by the way. Then you hit her with a nice qualification, why you like her. I have some generic qualifications I use in the database. If you can't like think of like the perfect thing, I have some like generic ones you can use for different situations, but whatever. You'll see when you get a look at the database. Again, message me the word tiger, Redbeard Rants 1, also link in the description of the video. So yeah, you're hitting it hard with all your best material. And then at some point you say, hey, Sarah, it's been real. Love talking to you. But you know, the truth is I don't really have time to get to know people over text so much because I'm a busy entrepreneur, but you're actually kind of intriguing. So how about we hop on a quick video call sometime? What do you think? That's the key. Hop on a quick video call sometime. You always soft close first. And this is going to help like you busy entrepreneurs. Like the way I do it is like, you know, just blast off the copy and paste texts straight from the database. Then I video call close for some time. And then she says, yeah, that would be great. Like depending on the vibe, I might be like, well, fuck it. Like, how about right now? Like, you do anything right? Like, that might be like my next thing, depending on the vibe I get, or if I know what she's doing. If I watch an Instagram story, and I know she's like out with friends or something, I may put it off. And the reason why I like a video call over a first date is because, like closing for, I enjoy first dates more than I enjoy video calls. But the reason why I like closing for a video call is because I can see if she's a catfish, if she recently gained weight, if she's fat. She got fat as fuck recently. I can check her vibe and her personality, filter out things for like masculine behavior, feminist, crazy leftist political ideas. I can filter out all that. And then also the biggest thing is I know at this point now, it's going to be 80 to 90% that she actually shows up on our first date and I don't get ghosted, versus if you just like, this has been fun, let's get drinks sometime. Look, yeah, if you're a Swedish model in the Philippines, yeah, just fuck the video. Well, no, you still want to screen for personality in the video call, but I'm saying like, you probably wouldn't get ghosted, but you may have a bad date. But I would just say like, why not improve both? Why not ensure you don't get ghosted and ensure you don't have a bad date? So I highly recommend the video call. And like I said earlier, guys, I do very little dating apps. Most of these girls are on Instagram. So a quick word from our sponsors. Hey guys, back to the video in 10 seconds, I promise, but real quick, if you want a list of all the hottest girls in your area from Instagram so you can stop using dating apps, which are garbage, and meet hotter, more receptive, less flaky women on Instagram, then go to my Instagram page, which is Redbeard Rants 1, and DM me the word scraper, and I'll give you more information. All right, back to the video. Okay, that was a quick word from our sponsors about the Instagram scraper. Now, here are the bonuses. Send voice notes. Okay, this is bonus number 1. We're in the year 2025, especially in Latin America, people do this a lot. I don't know how common they are in the United States. I think the iMessage voice thing is like kind of retarded. Does it not like let you pause and rewind? Like that was the funniest thing, like play audio, pause. You can't like go back. So if you get like, a 1.5 minute audio and you missed a part of it, you have to like go, like, I don't know if iMessage is still like that on the audios, but use your voice. Okay. You have to have that seductive voice. Okay, I'll make it gay again. I promise. I don't really like making it gay, but I do it just to prove a point, just to kind of show you that when you talk to women, you modulate your voice like this, a little bit deeper, and you slow down the way you speak, and you kind of seduce them with your voice. So you talk like that when you send them voice messages. Maybe not like, maybe that was a bit exaggerated for like, teaching whatever on camera, but it's somewhat like that. You don't just like talk completely normally, and, talk masculinely. Is that a word, masculinely? And yeah, women are very much seduced by they like dirty talking in the bedroom. They'll be told, all these like nasty things in bedroom. Like women are very much seduced, through their ears. And we like voices. Like when a girl's like, "Ay, papi, que lindo, papacito." Like those memes of the girls like papacito. Yeah, like, I don't know, like whatever they say on the Instagram memes. The guy like, the girl says papacito, and the guy like packs his luggage and takes the Avianca flight to Colombia. Men and women, I guess, we're seduced through our ears. The same way we like high feminine voices, and like when a girl like whispers, so sexy when a girl whispers in your ear some sexual shit. Women like that too, so use voice notes. Get stuff off the apps as quickly as possible. That's another bonus. I see a lot of guys making this mistake where they just stay on the apps. You want to get them off it, like open, off. Open, off. After like 3 at the most, off the app. Okay, it could even be your second or third message we get off the app. And then the last bonus I wrote down here for my script, but I think I made it clear, I think the whole video was about this, is use a goddamn copy and paste messages database. Use the funnel that I talked about here. So quick review, it was you open something direct. Usually on dating apps, you have premise. You can just go right into making conversation based on her profile. The way, did she like pose in a funny way? Did she make funny expressions? Do you like a certain kind of music? Did she put an intriguing prompt on the app? Whatever it is. But you open on Instagram, you just go direct because you have a good profile. Ideally that, we talked about this. Light questions, deep questions, screening the entire time, close, simmer. We talked a little bit about simmering. You keep the pot warm. We have a lot of these simmer messages in the copy and paste database. All this stuff with like examples. Again, the keyword was, once again, tiger. If you like what you saw here, it's all part of what I do, which is build an automated system for meeting women. I automate the lead generation aspect of dating for busy entrepreneurs, help them reclaim their time by having a profile that's like super attractive. We have the Instagram lead list I showed in that little scraper clip. We can get you girls on Instagram that are hotter, less flaky by nature than girls on dating apps, better personalities. And then, of course, this texting framework with a full, not a half, but a full copy and paste funnel. I mean, look, if you're a busy entrepreneur and you make, if your hourly is roughly $200 an hour and you spend 5 hours a week texting girls, you're spending $1,000 a week texting. And you think you spend like, that's all you spend. You probably spend more. You probably, in swiping time and texting girls and doing flakes, you probably spend close to 10 hours a week. And I could probably cut out about 70% of that time for you. So if you can save you 7 hours a week and you're a busy entrepreneur and your hourly rate is $200 an hour, I just saved you $1,400 a week until the end of time. So that's it. More information in the description if you liked what you saw here. Otherwise, just subscribe for more free game, boys. Cheers.